Maplewood was the kind of town where everything stayed the same. The lawns were always neatly trimmed, the houses looked like they came from a catalog, and the people had an unspoken agreement to pretend that nothing out of the ordinary ever happened. It was the perfect place for someone looking for a quiet life. At least, that's what Officer Jake Carter thought when he transferred here. After years of working in a chaotic city precinct, Jake had assumed Maplewood would be a peaceful place where the most exciting part of his day would be writing parking tickets or rescuing a lost dog. He was wrong. Because Maplewood had a secret weapon, the Karen Coalition. At the head of this suburban monarchy was Patricia Whitmore, self-proclaimed queen of the neighborhood. She ruled with a manicured fist, backed by her inner circle: Linda, the self-appointed journalist, Debbie, the town gossip, and Susan, the amateur legal expert, whose knowledge came exclusively from Facebook law groups. Together, they dictated Maplewood's social order, enforced unofficial laws, and treated law enforcement as a mere inconvenience. Jake had dealt with entitled people before, but nothing could have prepared him for them. Jake's first run-in with the Karens happened when he pulled over Patricia's son for running a stop sign. "Do you know who my mother is?" the teenager scoffed as Jake handed him the ticket. "Don't care," Jake replied, heading back to his cruiser. An hour later, Patricia stormed into the police station, demanding that Jake be fired for unlawful intimidation. "He's targeting my family," she wailed. "Your son ran a stop sign, Patricia," the police chief sighed. "That's how tickets work." Patricia's eyes narrowed. This isn't over. And, to her credit, she wasn't bluffing. She called 3 city council members, filed 4 complaints, and even started a neighborhood petition to remove Jake. It had 5 signatures, all from her and her inner circle. Jake laughed when he saw it. Patricia did not. Within days, Jake became the coalition's #1 enemy. Every day, they filed bogus complaints. Noise violations, his police siren was too aggressive. Harassment, he looked at them rudely in a grocery store. Unlawful behavior, he drank coffee while on duty. Evidence included blurry photos of him outside a gas station. The ridiculousness escalated when Patricia held a HOA emergency meeting to discuss what she called the officer problem. Jake attended, standing silently in the back as Patricia presented a PowerPoint titled "The Oppression of Maplewood's Law-Abiding Citizens." "This man," she declared, clicking to a blurry photo of Jake writing a parking ticket, "is a threat to our community." "Patricia," someone called from the crowd, "you were in a fire lane." "That's not the point," she snapped. Jake just sighed. This was going to be a long year. The coalition's next move was outright lawlessness. Frustrated by the police's refusal to bend to their will, the Karens formed their own patrol unit. Wearing matching t-shirts that read Karen Neighborhood Patrol, they took to the streets, enforcing their own rules. Their first order of business? Attempting a citizen's arrest on an 80-year-old man for walking his dog without a leash. Jake arrived to find them surrounding Mr. Reynolds, dramatically pointing at his golden retriever, Duke. "This man is endangering public safety," Patricia declared. Jake stared. Duke was asleep on the sidewalk. "Really?" Jake asked flatly. "We have every right." Jake held up a hand. "You have 0 legal authority. Move along before I arrest you for harassment." Patricia scoffed. "You wouldn't dare." Jake smirked. "Try me." She backed down. But she wasn't done. Jake was mid-patrol when dispatch crackled through. Officer Carter, we have a report of a Karen patrol vehicle attempting a traffic stop on Maplewood Avenue." Jake nearly choked on his coffee. When he arrived, he saw it, a black SUV with flashing LED lights, blocking a car. On the side was a homemade decal that read, "Karen Patrol, keeping Maplewood safe." Jake exhaled slowly. Patricia stood in front of the stopped vehicle, clipboard in hand, while Linda recorded. "Patricia," Jake said, pinching the bridge of his nose. "What the hell are you doing?" Patricia folded her arms. "Someone has to enforce the law. You're not the police." "Well, someone has to uphold the rules." Jake sighed, then pulled out his ticket book. "What are you doing?" Patricia screeched. "Writing you up for illegal obstruction of traffic, unauthorized use of emergency lights, and unlawful detainment." Patricia gasped. "You wouldn't." Jake smirked, ripping the ticket from the book. "Take it, or I tow the car." Patricia snatched the paper, fuming. "This isn't over." Jake chuckled. "I know." Patricia's next move was her worst yet. Declaring Jake an enemy of Maplewood, she and the Karens stormed the police station in matching shirts that read, "Maplewood has fallen, disband the police." Patricia slammed a folder on the desk. "I am hereby arresting Officer Carter." The desk sergeant barely looked up. "That's not a thing." Patricia smirked. "It is now." She dramatically pointed at Jake. "Officer Carter, you are under citizen's arrest." Jake stared. "You can't arrest me." "Yes, I can." "Oh yeah? Under what law?" Linda flipped through her folder. Section 14 of the U.S. Constitution." Jake sighed. "That's not a thing. It is if you believe in it." Patricia insisted. Jake pulled out his handcuffs. "All right, you asked for it." And with that, Patricia Whitmore was officially arrested. Maplewood cheered. and peace finally returned.